Areg, so this is what we're reviewing today.
Yeah, this model is redesigned absolutely from ground up. It has a system that makes a lot of drag, so when you move your wrist, it creates a lot of spin in a way that you can control the
Isn't it
volume.
the exact same shit as the previous model?
Same shit, absolutely.
What's up guys, welcome back to Gladiators Tennis. Today we're reviewing a highly requested racket, the Babolat Pure Aero. It's endorsed by, wait, Areg, who was it?
Hey, Nadal!
Alright, Rafa and Nadal. Check out the specs. Alright guys, so I like to play flat and I like rackets that are more control oriented, and this is made for spin and power. Yeah, let's see how that goes.
Well, it didn't go that bad. Actually, it went surprisingly well. Much better than expected. Just by looking at the racket, you'll think, there's no way this is going to be stable on the ball. Though that's not the case at all. No matter the huge beam, wide in absolutely every direction, the racket feels somewhat solid on the ball. Comparing it to the head speed MP, for example, or the head speed 360, you know what I mean. I'd say this feels quite a bit better. No offense, Areg. Oh yeah, talking about Areg, this guy's probably gonna tell you that this racket doesn't provide you with enough power. I assure you, don't listen to him. The racket is really powerful, and I would even say sometimes overwhelming. But keep in mind that I'm coming from a Gravity Pro, so who am I to judge, right? Of course, if you're considering this frame, you probably love Nadal and want to spin the balls like that guy. And yes, this is a racket that will allow you to do some crazy bounce shots with no effort at all. Well, not no effort at all, but you know what I mean. I keep forgetting to talk about the design of the rackets. Well, it's yellow. I guess it's a catchy color. Some people might really like it, but yeah, whatever. Tell us what you think about the design. Now onto the sweet stuff. To my amazement, the shot that I loved the most with the Aero was the serve. Not the second spin serve, not the slice serve, the flat serves. They were coming out from the racket like rockets. Rockets. Editing this video, I've realized that half of my highlights were serves. It really was the shot that brought me the most points. Slice serves were pretty good as well, though this makes sense because this racket was made to spin the ball. What doesn't make sense, however, is that I've struggled to place the top spin serves properly. They kept landing long, forcing me to apply more spin than I usually do, losing on the speed of the ball. Okay, I think it's enough about the serve. Let's hop onto the forehands. Even though I don't play with crazy amounts of spin and I'm not a fan of long play rallies, I did like playing with it. It was really easy to return low shots just by flicking the wrist, and sometimes even attacking with those shots and coming up to the net. Also, as you'd imagine, placing the ball deep and high was quite convenient. Backhands, I didn't really like backhands this much with this frame. Playing my backhands flat resulted pretty hard, and that's pretty much all I do on the backhand side. I didn't feel secure attacking or switching down the line, and that's not bueno. Although opening tight angles with this racket was quite easy, I must say. Volleys felt good, however. I could probably feel the ball on the strings, for a racket of this category, and often finish some points at the net. Due to the fact that this racket is pretty maneuverable, it was really easy to quickly prepare the volley and end it. Though I did say that this racket felt quite stable on the ball, it is still improvable. I would add maybe 10 grams to this one to fully satisfy my needs. Well, not fully, backhand is still gonna be a black hole, but to fully take advantage of the Aero. In terms of a player who this racket would fit, well, you see Nadal? Well, if you play like him, get the Aero. Okay, no, but for real. If you love to spin the ball with your forehands, backhands, serves, slices, and all the other shots, get it. Also, if you want a powerful racket, but not as powerful as the Pure Drive, by the way, check out our review on that one as well, this could be a good choice. Though, if you prefer a more flat kind of game style and like to go up to the net, honestly, it could fit you as well. I won't say no. Might not be the best choice, but still give it a try. Maybe you'll love it.
Hey Niki, look what I got.
Oh,
Oh, it's the racket that I've been playing all my life. Let's see how I feel. Hey, great opportunity. Alright, gladiators. Let's start this review by analyzing the design of the racket. Babolat has decided to paint this Aero with very bright yellow with some black accents. In my opinion, this racket looks really good. Yellow is a color that really stands out. This is a signature color for this racket, which has made it very distinguishing from the rest. Therefore, it really makes you stand out when you're on court. As this frame is heavily endorsed by Rafa and Nadal, which is an unbelievable opportunity, my expectations were very high. Unfortunately, it did not suit my playing style. Right. From the first point, I felt that this frame had a lot of power. Every time I made contact with the ball, it bounced off the strings very quickly. Forehand is my favorite shot, and this frame really narrowed down my shot selection. The aggressive shots felt very uncomfortable. Every time I wanted to attack a ball, I had to think twice what to do with these balls. They were flying everywhere, and I was forced to step back and start playing like Rafa. Fancy topspin shot became natural. My balls were bouncing very quick and deep. Suddenly, I was getting control and a lot of topspin. Therefore, I understood that I had to focus on keeping calm and preparing the point with my forehands, using the topspin as my main weapon. Backhands, on the other hand, felt nice since the first ball. My backhand is a pretty flat shot, and there are moments where I struggle to generate power. This frame really helped me to step up my backhand game. This racket has a massive sweet spot, which gives you a huge margin for error, meaning that if you don't hit the ball in dead center, it does not affect your shot. Thanks to this characteristic, I went for big shots and they felt natural. Also, I didn't have to put a lot of power in these shots, as the racket helps with power generation, which helped me a lot during the playtest. Coming to the net, I felt out of place, as usual. As I mentioned previously, this racket generates a lot of power. Therefore, it was very difficult to control the volleys. They were flying everywhere, and I was struggling to put them away. This forced me to think twice before coming to the net. Well, twice, 3 times, 4 times, doesn't matter. I always think twice. So the volleys didn't impress me. But the serves, on the other hand, was a topspin monster. Every time I wanted to serve a wide topspin serve, it bounced very high and quick. It was easy to open the court and make my opponent struggle to attack my second serve. I can say the same for my first serves. Well, the spin serves. I couldn't consistently serve a flat first serve, but it was easy to use spins to open the court. If you like to play with a frame that generates a lot of power and releases the ball like a trampoline, then this racket is for you. Just take into consideration that you have to use a lot of topspin to control the power.
Yo, Niki, tell me something unbelievable.
Yo, unbelievable day. Unbelievable racket. Unbelievable if you subscribe.
Areg, how you doing, man?
No, good. I'm doing good.
Yeah, fine.
Very good. Very energizing, full racket.
Energizing full, huh?
Well, Aeros aren't the rackets that obtain hyper-drastical changes in every generation, eh? But that might be for a good cause, considering that this racket's heritage is loved all over the world and almost worshipped by Nadal. I'm sure he kisses his rackets every night. The look of this frame for me is great. The color is electrifying, or as I would call it, Nadalizing. You know, it makes you want to become a warrior on the court. The racket gives you a unique feel. It may sound positive, but that's not my intention. I just can't do properly this English thing. When I call it unique, I mean that it's strange to get lots of spin from a racket, but simultaneously feel some lack of power, especially on the backhand. But to be fair, it was a very windy day, so I couldn't use the full spinning potential of this racket when hitting baseline forehands. On the other hand, I was able to take advantage of the slice. Yeah, I did more slices than a shawarma maker maybe. Having in mind that the wind was disturbing during the whole playtest, the frame was solid enough to block the ball when volleying. I have a neutral feeling towards the serve. I definitely didn't suffer much when tried to do second serves and slice serves, felt controlled too. But overall I was missing a bit more of power on all of the serves, but that's a lifetime struggle. Very reassuring ending, Areg. Almost forgot. We are men of science here, okay? No time for jokes. Let's see what each doctor professor has to say. Here are the grades.
Okay, so for the play test, we've used Luxilon Adrenaline 130, strung it at 25 kg.
Yeah. Meters aren't my thing lately.
It has a technology that makes you spin the ball, you know, in a way that you create a lot of spin, and it's fantastic because the new from the creation
Makes you create a lot of speed. Unbelievable if you like.
Unbelievable, subscribe. Unbelievable.
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 I love you now.